When people placed their hopes in many gods, thousands of years ago on the vast plains of the Indian subcontinent, a ceremonial bonfire flickered in the long night. People gathered in a circle, chanting ancient rhythms. The Brahmins' recitations of the Rig Veda echoed, rising with the smoke that climbed toward the heavens. This fire was no ordinary blaze. It was Agni, the god who received offerings and delivered them to the celestial realm. The world of the people in that era was full of uncertainty. When would the rain fall? Would an enemy from a neighboring tribe attack? Would the cooking fire last long enough to sustain life? The answers they had were the gods who dwelled within every natural phenomenon. When lightning struck and rain poured down, they saw the power of Indra. When the cosmic order of water and stars remained unerring, they praised Verwa, the keeper of the universe. And when the question arose, who created all things? They began to call upon a new name, Prajpati. But these gods were not yet unified into a grand, overarching figure, not the creator, preserver, destroyer trinity that later Hindus would know as the Trimurti. Instead, they remained specialized gods. If you needed rain, you worshipped Indra. If you needed fire, you worshipped Agni. If you needed order, you worshipped Verwa. This was not merely a ceremonial religion. It was a mirror reflecting the mentality of the people of that time. Their worldview was fragmented, like a kaleidoscope of colored glass shards. Each god represented a specific fear, hope, and desire of humanity. Fear of drought asking for rain. Fear of darkness asking for fire. Fear of chaos asking for order. Sacrificial rituals were a form of negotiation with the cosmos. We give offerings, and the gods in turn give us what we lack. The sacred world and the human world still conversed through this system of exchange. In a sense, this reflected a mindset still seeking stability from their surroundings. The world was full of unpredictable changes, so they turned to many gods, like someone not yet willing to place all their bets on a single thing. Having multiple gods was like having multiple layers of insurance against an uncertain world. Later, as abstract thought gradually developed, especially during the Upanishadic period, people began to ask, is there in fact a single supreme reality? From the fragmented shards of glass, a single large pane began to form, reflecting a new idea, Brahman, the ultimate reality that unites all things. Subsequently, Hinduism would integrate these gods into a cosmological system, the Trimurti. But looking back at the Vedic period, it's clear that humans were still on a journey. They could not yet conceive of a single supreme reality. Their minds chose to believe in multiple powers and entrust their lives to many gods, each with a specific function. This is the very reflection of a fragmented mindset that was gradually moving toward unity in the future. Indra. Indra is one of the most important deities in early Brahmanical Hindu religion, especially in the Rig Veda. He held the highest role in many hymns and was sometimes referred to as the king of the gods. Key characteristics of Indra, god of power and warfare. Indra's weapon is the Vira thunderbolt, which he used to defeat asuras and enemies. Protector of rain and fertility. Indra's duty was to bring rain to the human world, notably in the myth where he defeated the Asur of Tra, who was holding back the rivers. When Indra killed the demon, the rains poured down. Leader of the heavens Svarga, Indra ruled over the heavens and the other gods. Psychological meaning. Indra reflects the hopes and fears of the people in the Vedic age. Hope for rain to nourish their crops. Hope for protection as their society was filled with intertribal warfare. Therefore, the people's minds saw Indra as a protector god and a warrior god. Later developments. In the Upanishadic and later Buddhist Hindu periods, Indra's role diminished, and he became one of the secondary deities in a more complex cosmic system. In Buddhist belief, Indra is known as Phra-in or Akradevanam Indra, the ruler of the Tivatisa heaven. Verwa. Verwa is another significant deity in Vedic Brahmanism, especially in the Rig Veda, where he appears frequently, and held a very high status in the early period, before his role gradually declined as Indra and other gods became more prominent. Key characteristics of Verwa, god of water and the sky. Verwa is associated with rivers, rain, and the vast sea, so he was often seen as the lord of oceans and the heavens. guardian of the cosmic order Ta. His most crucial role was as the preserver of Ta, the universal order or natural law that ensures the cosmos functions correctly, such as the sun rising and setting, water flowing in its course, and humans living according to moral principles. Omniscient God, Verwa was seen as someone who knew all truths, both those done openly by humans and those hidden, giving him a solemn and awe-inspiring image. Sociological psychological meaning. The fact that the Vedic people revered Verwa reflects their desire for a source of moral and structural stability. Nature may be harsh, but there is still a certain law that is constant. Stars rise and set on time, and seasons cycle. People's minds therefore desired a god of justice, to guarantee that the world was not just pure chaos. Verwa was thus like a judge of the heavens, watching over and controlling the world's righteousness. Later developments. As Hinduism evolved, Verwa's role diminished, and he became the god of the oceans rather than the supreme god of cosmic law. In Thai Buddhist belief, Verwa still appears as one of the Sitama Arjika for great kings, or as Thauvarudavaraja, the ruler of the oceans. Prashpati. 1. Origins in the Vedic scriptures. In the early Rig Veda, the name Prashpati is hardly mentioned. At first, the role of creator of the world was not fixed. Some hymns praised other gods as creators, such as Indra, Verwa, or even Hiryagarbha, the cosmic golden egg. Later, during the Brahma period, the term Prashpati began to appear, meaning Lord of all creatures, Lord of all that has been created. 2. Etymology and meaning. Praj equals people, living beings, procreation. Pati equals Lord, Master, Possessor. Combined equals Lord of all living beings. 3. Role development. Originally, he appeared as a creator, god stemming from the Vedic society's attempt to answer the question, who created this world? In the Brahma scriptures, Prashpati became linked to rituals and the power of the chants Brahman, as the one who brought everything into being. In the Upanishads, Prashpati's role gradually merged with the concept of Brahman, the supreme reality that is not any one specific god. 4. Developmental significance. Indra Agni Verwa equals gods of specific functions: thunder, fire, cosmic order. Prashpati equals the attempt to unify the power of all creation into one deity. This was the first step toward abstract thought, which in the Upanishadic period would expand into the philosophical concept of Brahman as the ultimate reality. Summary. Prashpati emerged from the integration and elevation of the creator God concept in the later Vedic scriptures, Brahmas, to address the spiritual need of people who began to ask, who exactly created the entire world? It would later develop into the philosophical concept of Brahman,